Hey everyone, I'm back. We're going to be hiking up to a hidden spring that I found, and I'm going to try and find its origins. And I say we because this time we're bringing a friend. Apollo. Hey, go say hi. Who's that? Who's that? That's my buddy, Mr. Apollo. He's going to be coming with us. Just so you guys know, he will be in a muzzle for about the first 5 or 10 minutes, and this isn't because I'm mean or abusive, but because there's lots of fun people on the trail who think that because their dog's friendly, every other dog is not unreactive. So yeah, he will be muzzled for his safety and everyone else's safety for the first 5 or 10 minutes until we get off the main trail and get to the spring. And then I'm whipping that stupid thing off and we're gonna be running around the mountains. Once we get to the spring, I'm gonna be testing out one of my new toys, which I'll show you guys. And then once we get to a good campsite, I'm gonna be testing out another new toy that I'm really excited about. So a little warm out today, so the cloak is still coming with me because it will be cold up in the mountains, but right now it's bundled up and I'm just gonna toss it over my back like so. This is how the cloak is coming with me for a little bit. And this is where we're going. The only reason I have to do this is because most people, when they bring their dogs on the trail, just let them off leash, simply assuming that they're not going to encounter any other reactive dogs because their dog isn't. But that's just not how it works. Always be respectful while on the trail of other people and other dogs. My dog, Sweet Apollo, is traumatized from other dogs, so he doesn't trust them. So he defends himself before he even thinks he needs to. Okay, off my soapbox, back onto the trail. Okay, I haven't seen anyone for about 5 minutes, so for now, wait. Come here, stay. Stay. Freedom, yeah. And here we are. Okay, so it's less a spring and more just a pool for the creek. But this is gonna be our first break. We're gonna test our first new toy, and then we're heading up those rocks. Does this sound like a good time, buddy? Okay, we are maybe 100 feet from the spring back there, and it is already back underground. It's crazy. Let's see if we can find where it pops up again. I have to force this guy to take some breaks, otherwise he pushes himself until he gets hurt, huh, buddy? Let you go breaks. I had to do some scouting ahead because, as you can tell, this rockfall is not very passable for a dog. But I did find a little trail down by the water that should help us get to where we need to go because I found the spring. There it is, everybody. The real spring. So we are actually not going to stay here, and I'll explain why in a couple minutes. Down the swing. Alright, looks like we found camp for the day. Okay, so why are we here at this campsite instead of at the spring where I originally wanted to be? Well, I decided to do a little scouting ahead, so any more hiking we needed to do, I can make sure I picked an easier path for Apollo. And when I went ahead, I found a campsite, what looked pretty permanent, with a shelter made out of plastic. It was very well put together, and it was like someone was in there, and I was not about that. So we decided to come back down the mountain, and we're at a much safer, more common campsite. We're just gonna sit here for a little bit. I'm not quite hungry yet, so I don't get to play with my new toys just yet, but in probably an hour or so, we'll eat, and I'm gonna read my book in the meantime. Alright, that's enough reading. Time to play with our new toys. Well, I spilled a big chunk of it, but there should still be enough. It is still pretty good. Mr. Paulo's turn. Oh yeah, has the good stuff. He was getting cold, so I put my cloak on him. Gravity filter, round 2. You guys know what time it is. Coffee time! And cookies! Well, that's it for this adventure. It's time for us to head home. Thanks for coming.